Hello loves, and welcome to today's video. It is almost a new month, and that means a new TBR stack of goals to set for October, the spooky season. I'm so excited. The first book that is on my plan for October is Against Technoableism by Ashley Shue. This is a nonfiction book, fairly short, about how disability and technology intersect and how people with disabilities are really the experts on how technology can be used to make things more accessible. I've heard good things about this, and I'm hoping that it is enjoyable as well as being informative on disability, as it's not something I have first-person immediate experience with, and I'm always looking to read from other perspectives. Next, we have True Crime by Samantha Kolesnik. I've mentioned this in a few of my videos. I still haven't read it yet. This is a very short horror novel about a woman who had a very abusive childhood, and that leads her to become a serial killer as an adult. This was a book that I picked up at Little Ghosts in Toronto. It was recommended to me by the employee at the store, so looking forward to finally getting that read in the appropriate season for horror. From that same store, I also got Demons and Deathdrops, which is an anthology collection of queer performance horror. It is the spooky season. It is time for horror. There's a bunch of different authors in here, and this is actually independently published by the bookstore that I got it at. I'm interested to see if there's any new favorite authors that I can curate from this collection. Next, we have Diavola by Jennifer Thorne. This is about a woman, doesn't really say what her age is, who's on vacation with her family in this villa in a remote town, and then spooky things start to happen, and she starts to question the villa and her family, and trying to go into this as blind as possible because that's how suspense works. This is apparently Gothic kind of feeling, and having just come off of My Darling Dreadful Thing, which restored my faith that I could find a Gothic horror novel that I actually enjoy, I'm looking forward to this one as well. And the rest of the books I don't have physical copies for, so we'll have to pop up a picture instead. Next is The House That Horror Built by Christina Henry. This is about a mother who is working for a reclusive horror director in his Gothic manor, and there's some terrifying secrets. Again, My Darling Dreadful Thing restored my hope that Gothic horror is something I would enjoy. So I'm hoping that this one is good. The cover seems pretty fun. Looking forward to that. It is horror season, so I'm hoping that the vibes are right. Next is The World Wasn't Ready For You by Justin C. Key. This is a horror short story collection. I believe Justin C. Key was the one author who was a standout for me in the Out There Screaming anthology by Jordan Peele. And the Goodreads synopsis for this book includes some standout keywords for me, like Octavia E. Butler, Black Mirror, and Get Out. So these are all the types of horror that I enjoy. I do enjoy Octavia E. Butler's writing, so I'm hoping that Justin C. Key was not just a one-off for me in that one story from the other anthology, and that I enjoy the rest of these works. Looking forward to reading that. Also in October, we have a new release from an author I loved in their debut, and that is American Rapture by C.J. Lead. C.J. Lead wrote Mayfly, which was my favorite book from last year. This is a post-apocalyptic story where it's kind of zombies, but instead of hungering for flesh, they're hungering for lust. So I guess flesh in a different way. And this is about a very religious girl trying to make her way in this world where people are just fucking all the time. I am really interested to read this. I loved Mayfly. I'm so excited to see if CJ Lead's follow-up to that can keep up my love for her writing. And the last three books are all ones I'm planning to read as audiobooks. I have my holds in, and I'm hoping that they come due in October. First is Ready Player 2 by Ernst Cline. I did read Ready Player 1 this month, and so logically, sequel comes next. This is like a virtual reality story. In the first book, the main character is trying to solve these puzzles to inherit the wealth of the guy who invented the virtual reality world, and there's a lot of pop culture references. Ready Player 2? I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna follow up that story. Maybe more puzzles, and hopefully it isn't like a forced sequel. So I am kind of getting that vibe because the first one kind of wrapped up satisfactorily. I don't know what we're gonna do in a sequel. Next, we have The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. This is a dual timeline mystery about a murder that took place in the 1970s, and then one that happened in 2017, seemingly unconnected except for the fact that the same gun was used. Simone St. James, I've been a little lukewarm on from the ones I've read previously, but I'm hoping that this one is good and I find a new author that I can enjoy for mystery thriller type things. The last book on my TBR for October is Someone You Can Build a Nest With by John Wiswell. This book has such a cool cover, and I don't want to look up what it's about. I know that Katie, Gavin, and Gabby collaborated on a video where they all read it together and shared their thoughts. So I need to read it and then I can watch that video because those are all three booktubers whose content I enjoy, whose tastes I respect. So I'm interested to read it from my own opinions and then see if it aligns with theirs. But I kind of want to go into it blind, so I'm not even going to look up the plot synopsis. Those are all of the books that I am most intending to get done in the month of October. If you made it to the end of the video, leave a demon emoji for demons and Deathdrops in the comments, or let me know what books are your priority for the month of October, especially for the horror, because I'm always looking for new horror recommendations. If you enjoyed, hit the like button and consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.